Oh, was I not recording? I'll be dipped. I thought I was recording. Oh well, let's start again. Hey, Ken here, Ken's Hobbies, and welcome to my channel. Well, it's time to get back at the old boat here. Weather's getting decent enough so I can start working on it once again. Where I left off in the fall was basically opening it up and looking at what the problem is. I have an old bed frame that was given to me to give me the material I needed for framing. So I didn't bother recording them for one little cut, but this originally was one board. I basically cut it in half, but I measured before I did the cut to make sure, because I made one so one is longer than the other, and that's why I've written which is for the starboard side and which is for our port side. These two boards I gotta take to the old table saw, and I've got it all preset here. We need them exactly 7 inches wide, so we'll rip them. Second piece is part that the engine bolts to. This is the old piece here. Well, I took it, I got a new piece. Also, this one here is a 2x6. So it's a little bit smaller. It's not needed as wide as the main frame. So I've got me an old piece of 2x6. It's still good shape. Took this piece, put it on the end here, and drew my 2 notches at each end here onto the board like so, following the pattern that we need. So there's my 2 lines. What I did here, I did a little experiment here, so I did it off camera. Took my buddy's bandsaw and thought I'd put it to use and see how good it will work for this. Well, the results here, I'm going to see if I can zoom this in. Starts out great here. You can see it does want to follow the line, but when I look for how square it is, well, you can see the result. Starts here, but this end is a lot thicker. You can see that will not work for me. So my next best option, we'll grab the old handsaw over here. I got a few of them. Find out which one of these handsaws is the sharpest. So we'll just move my levels. Most of these were my dad's old saws. This one being the best one of the bunch. That one's pretty sharp, that one. I need to clean these up and get most of the rust off. They've been sitting kind of in the dampness. That one's a little too fine tooth. And that one's pretty sharp too. So we're gonna try putting these ones. This one definitely needs sharpening. That one's not too bad, but it needs a good clean up and a sharpening as well. So we're gonna find out between, wait, these two are the sharpest. Find a spot to put the old camera here. We'll try it right there, see what kind of enter to the lens. Yeah, that looks pretty close. Okay, so we want to cut it on the inside of this line. What I do when you're cutting the angle like this, get a little bit of a start before you try this one. See which one's going to work the best. We see that this one will work the best. One secret my dad taught me when I was a child, to get started, so you get a good straight line. If you put your thumb like this, and you line up the earth, and look down this side of your blade, and you'll get your straight cut. You don't look like this, or don't look at this side, nor do you look at this side, but you look at the very top edge for the straight line. And that's precisely what you're doing. You're using your thumb as a guide here till you get a good start. Once you get that good start, you're off to the races. And also, when you're dealing with an angle like this, is giving that little bit of a teeter-totter effect. Get your into line with your pattern. Start with short strokes. Eventually work to the full blade of the saw. Not quite there yet. Let's go and work. Okay, well, I'm not going to bore you with all of the cut, but that's exactly what we're wanting, and that is going to work, so that is what we will do. Well, after time kind of cutting this side with the old handsaw, I come up with an idea. I did an experiment here. I didn't bother filming it, but on the next piece I will film it. On the other side, what I did, and that sped the operation up so much, is I dug my old planer, portable planer out there, set the blade a little deeper, and man, there's results. So this is just a rough idea here. Got my angle here at the back here, so this is the back there, so this is the port side new frame, and this will be the starboard side of the new frame. The next piece I got the motor over here. This is what it bolts to. So the next piece I got to make has to go on here. So I just rough this out here to keep me on track of where I am and what's for what. That's why you just seen me slap it together here as a template for my own self, my own personal reason. So I'm not running to the boathouse back to the shop continuously. So now I gotta go get the next piece for that. So what I do with all the shavings is I save it, and if I ever get an oil spill, this is what I do. I sweep it in there because the sawdust then will suck up the oil, and thus being able to clean it. So that's what I always save my shavings and sawdust for that purpose. Okay, now the next stage is I'm going to quickly take the DA sander. I'm just going to clean any burrs or anything that's on there. Flip this over, do the same thing here. As you can see, that compressor's too low on volume. Well, it's the next day. Time to do the final touch here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put 4 screws in here. This thing originally was nailed, but we're going to be using screws to give it that little bit more strength. Here's my gun right there. Is why we're going to use screws. Put the screws in at a slight angle, which also makes it stronger. Now we'll trim any excess glue that squeezed out during its drying stage. Where did I? Get my old planer blade out. Now we're going to turn this around, and we're going to do the same thing on this side. 4 screws in this one. turn this on the side. Do side one. And there we have it. That, my friends, is stronger than it was when it was originally new.
George, letter 11, response for medical for cardiac arrest at 2609 Lillooet Street. So medical for cardiac arrest, 2609 Lillooet Street, cross streets of LaSalle Ave and Village Ave, Channel 1.
Never fails. Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, the police like to come by and look at Beatty's room. They can't seem to identify where he is.
Oh, really?
So they want to look if he left ID or what behind. They might be coming as I told them I'll be home at 3:30. I'm home about 3:30.
Okay.
I want to go and pick up some pork and beans to save them. They're like almost $1 off a can.
That's when you want to grab them.
Well, yeah, 4 for that price. So I was in the other day, but I feel like going yesterday. They had that $1.49. I just wanted to get dinner ready and do some things around the place yesterday. So yeah, they might be by. I told them to be in the shop to let them in, or else I said I'd be home at 3:30.
All right.
All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Okay. So this is all set up now, just to give you an idea. And this is why I did the sample here. That's basically the layout that will be in the boat. I got one more piece that I have to make for this frame here at the very back here for the rear mounts. This is the part that mounts into the wood for the back,
You're going for a 70-year-old male.
and this is for the, I can't, maybe if I get from this angle. This is for the front, the piece I just finished making. Okay, well, that'll be another video. So, thanks for watching. Do like and subscribe. Doesn't cost, it's free of charge to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell at the same time for the notifications from the next one. Till then, Adios.